and welcome to another episode of Around the Verse. I'm Sandy Gardner.
And I'm Chris Roberts.
Player Hugo and some of his friends recently created what they dubbed the Cyclone Challenge. They created a bridge of sorts using 8 Aegis eclipses and successfully drove a tumbril cyclone over it.
Yeah, and we look forward to seeing if anyone answers their call and ups the ante by making a bridge using 9 or more ships.
It's a lot of ships. Last week, we also saw the group behind the Daymar rally organize a Rover practice run.
Yep, the self-proclaimed filthiest race in the galaxy came out of the gate firing on all cylinders with last week's Rover run. As you can see here, the group is figuring out the logistics of capturing the elegant chaos of their no-holds-barred off-road scramble events. Got a really cool brochure here with a lot of pretty cool stuff in it. So anyway, it's awesome to see the community build that kind of content into the universe. It's pretty awesome.
Not all of our community activities cater to daredevils and danger seekers, though, as you can see here. Echo organized a leisurely Grey Cat cruise across Daymar, and the results were quite relaxing.
Yeah, very relaxing. But to work. And work is going on behind the scenes to improve the group system, with the devs recently removing the legacy contact mechanic. An updated version is currently in R&D with the team at Turbulent. It's all part of our improvements to the chat system and how we present group-related messages to the player.
Senior UI designer John Hayter is here with more details.
We're introducing this new 3-panel comlink where you will be able to access your contacts and different channels, and you'll be able to manage those channels as well. And so we'll have one column on the left, one column on the right, and then the central area where you will be doing all of your communications. We want people to be able to manage custom groups, to customize permissions for individuals, to set roles on people in those groups, in parties, to be able to set permissions on ships for people who are on your ship. What can they access? What can they get into? And so in order to house all that new functionality, we need a new UI system that's capable of doing that. The new comlink system will actually include the ability to flag certain channels to support a voice and also the VoIP feature. So we're really looking forward to getting that in. The new notification system, we've redesigned it to feel a little bit more in-world, thematic with the universe of Star Citizen. We're building it to support all kinds of notifications, and hopefully it'll feel better and won't be intrusive, because as we all know, this is an iterative process that involves you guys, and we're looking forward to feedback.
We're getting closer to the ship and component rentals in Arena Commander, which we can see in these mock-ups.
Continuing with improvements to ship-related gameplay, turrets are still being fine-tuned. Here's Kirk with more information.
One of the improvements that we identified that we needed to make after 3.2.1 came out was that under high latency situations, the aim assist didn't work out so well. So that's, I think, what you noticed, the videos that we've seen from some of our community, is that you'll see the pip start jumping back and forth, or especially vertically. In the pitch assist. So making improvements toward that, and we're making improvements to the convergence assist by making that more accurate too, because that does also, under high stress situations, cause the cursor to jump about. One additional improvement that I'm sure that our community will be happy about is we're going to be making changes to the input system. So what we're going to do now is have a system in which you move the cursor to where you want the turret to aim. The turret will move in that direction and then settle in that particular direction. When we make that improvement, we'll also make sure that we do the same thing for HOTAS users. So when you push the joystick to the right, as long as you're inputting that direction, the turret will start spinning to the right. As soon as you release, the turret will stop spinning. So that's going to require some time that we just didn't have for 3.2.1. So those are the improvements we're going to be making in a proper sprint for Q3.
Here's an early look at the visual and atmosphere test for Ariel, one of Hurston's 4 moons. This one was named after the 3rd CEO of Hurston Dynamics, Ariel Hurston, who was infamous for creating the controversial employee contracts that came to define the company's business practices.
Down on the planet Hurston itself, the environment team has been tweaking the look of the wilderness that spreads out far beyond the Lorville city limits.
Yeah, it's really cool to see all that flora that we normally don't see on all the arid moons we have so far, so I'm looking forward to our first proper atmosphere, breathable planet. Speaking of Lawville, here's a scale test of the exterior walls as we put the city together. We have to think about the scale of buildings and how everything fits together, and tests like this help us define the size and dynamics of the overall space.
The environment team continues to work closely with VFX and to ensure that the weather on Hurston properly affects the environment.
Yeah, that's a pretty strong win there. Finally, let's go to Jared for a look at what the ship teams have been up to.
Thanks, guys. We got a short one for you this week, so let's get to it. The reconcepting of the 300 series continues with Chris Smith in our Austin studio. Now you can see here that it's actually slimmed down a bit from its appearance just 2 weeks ago, where we bring in the lines and it's looking that much sleeker than ever before. Also in progress is the Constellation Phoenix, and you can see here work that our prop team is doing with the recessed hot tub you'll find towards the rear of the ship. Now all we're going to need now is some volumetric liquid, and we'll have what Josh Coons refers to colloquially as baller.
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 My keyword is baller.
Baller.
Baller materials.
Baller?
Baller.
Baller.
And be ballers.
Baller.
Straight up, just, I'm trying to think of who the most ballerest person on the planet is.
Baller.
I want you to feel like a baller.
Baller!
That's baller.
Yeah.
Finally, wrapping up this week's update, here's a brief look at work being done on the interior damage states of the Aegis Hammerhead, currently scheduled for release in the upcoming Alpha 3.3. Now I know you never want to see your ships at this level of disrepair, but the way I figure it, if you gotta go, go in style. We're gonna have more looks at the Aegis Hammerhead in an upcoming edition of Ship Shape. That's all I got for you this week, so back to you, Chris and Sandy.
Thanks, and don't forget to tune in to Reverse the Verse live tomorrow at noon Pacific on Twitch, where Jared will wear his shark costume and play the game at the same time.
Wow. That just about does it for us this week. Thanks to our subscribers for sponsoring our shows, and of course, thanks to all of our backers.
Yes. Jared.
Oi, oi, oi. Until next time, we will see you around the verse.
This could be more baller.
Thanks for watching. For the latest and greatest in Star Citizen and Squadron 42, you can subscribe to our channel, or you can check out some of the other shows, and you can also head to our website at www.robertsspaceindustries.com. Thank you very much for watching.